to baseball here for a couple of minutes. Dodgers made a big trade with the Boston Red Sox, and it basically is this. They get Mookie Betts. Dodgers get Mookie Betts and David Price. I don't know how they got both of them. Here you see it. Alex-Verdugo from the Dodgers goes to the Red Sox, and so does the pitcher you see there, brusdar-graterol from the Twins. And the Twins wind up getting kenta-maeda from the Dodgers. Kind of complicated. There's some pretty big names there. I can't believe that Boston was able to unload salaries like that.
Yeah, and we know that Boston sent some money along the way to help, defray the costs of those contracts. We don't know how much, but it's a little bit disconcerting for MLB when a team with the pedigree and the seemingly bottomless pit of cash, such as the Boston Red Sox, is in a salary dump.
Yeah, but
that's not necessarily good for the game.
No, but haven't we always said that you wanted them on equal footing with everybody else?
Yeah. I mean, right. I'm saying for the health of the game fiscally, it's a little nerve-wracking when one of the bigger names dumps salary. But, as you say, the Red Sox are coming off a year, I believe, when they were 84 and 78.
Right.
They pretty much punted on this upcoming season with this move, unless Verdugo turns into an MVP. Then you've swapped out one MVP for another, but you still lost David Price. I think the Red Sox realistically looked at this and said the Yankees are discernibly better than we are. The Tampa Bay Rays are better than we are. We're not going to be challenging the Yankees or even the Rays if we hang on to Mookie Betts. And we're not going to re-sign him.
I think his salary is $27 million this year.
Yeah, and I think the intention, it's pretty obvious that the intention for the Dodgers is to retain the services of Mookie beyond this year.
Right.
I like the fact that Mookie and Price are out of the American League, but Brian reminded me in the pre-show meeting that kenta-maeda went to the Twins. I had forgotten about that as part of the blockbuster element to it. And Maeda goes to a team that really needs a starting pitcher.
Yeah, and that's in the Indians division. So two questions.
So it does hurt a little bit.
Here's the Minnesota Twins rotation. You just mentioned it, Berrios, Odorizzi, Maeda, Pineda, who's still suspended for 39 or 40 games. Homer Bailey, the former Red. All of them had winning record. I know wins don't count like they used to, apparently. I don't understand why, or why not, but they all had records above 500. So two questions. Number one, Minnesota strengthening the pitching staff. What does that do to the Indians? Number two, Mookie Betts, with that kind of the huge money going to him and probably will go to him at the end of the season, what does that do for the Lindor situation?
Yeah, I think that Frankie Lindor is out of play with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And when you realize that Frankie Lindor's market is limited to begin with, because number one, you have to have a lot of cash at your disposal, and number two, you have to have the prospects.
And the need at shortstop.
And the need. The Dodgers were one of those teams that checked those boxes. So I think it's safe to say they are out of the mix for Lindor. You sense that they really wanted to make a splash heading into this season. They made a run, a definitive run at Anthony Rendon. Rendon said no thanks. He went to the Angels. Then they obviously inquired about Lindor. There was smoke. There was fire to that smoke. And I think the Indians asked for too much in the Dodgers' eyes, which is fine.
Yeah.
The Indians should have done that.
Dodgers also trade Jock Peterson to the Los Angeles Angels.
Your guy, Jock Peterson. Yeah, it makes the Angels better, of course. But the Dodgers really did. I mean, we found out today and yesterday when the news was breaking that the Dodgers really did want to make. I mean, they weren't just content with Rendon and Lindor saying no, and then we're going to ride into 2020 with a pretty good team. They wanted to bring in some star power, and they did it.
Yesterday when Bud Shaw was here, across the wire came the results of USA Today and their poll as to how many wins each team would have. And they had the Minnesota Twins winning 94 games. They won 100 or 101 last year. 101. So they had them at 94, and they had the Indians 8 behind that at 86. And the White Sox, who I thought were much improved, are down at about 83, I think. So this makes Minnesota even tougher.
Yes, it does, because Maeda's a quality pitcher. Their lineup, Minnesota's lineup is stacked. It's an American League lineup in the truest sense of the word. They're going to mash. They're going to sit and spin, hit for the swing for the fences. Entertainment purposes only. Or if I'm in Presque Isle, I'm betting the over on the White Sox win total. I know that even low 80s is a significant jump,
right.
But I love the White Sox lineup. Their pitching does leave something to be desired, certainly in their rotation beyond Giolito and Keuchel, but they can hit. They're going to hit home runs too, especially in that ballpark. So
you talk about Minnesota and their lineup. How about the lineup of the Los Angeles Angels now? They don't have much pitching, but look at the lineup they have.
Yeah. We were talking about that with Dave Bacon before the show. Ohtani and Pujols and Trout and Upton and Rendon, and now you add Peterson and Andrelton Simmons, even Jason Castro at catcher. Joe Madden is going to be able to score runs. The question is, will his pitching hold up? Because his rotation leaves some stuff to be desired.
216-5